Hello and welcome back to Gardening for Health and Wellbeing. So today we're going to plant out some chilies ready for the spring and summer season. And I've got big Jim chili, jalapenos, and cayenne peppers. And then we've got a surprise sowing of something else at the very end. So here I've just cut open one of the big Jim chilies, which I allowed to ripen on the plant this year to full maturity. And I'm not letting it dry out this year. I want to just see if I get any better germination this year from it, doing it this way, or or if it is better to dry them out and then sow the dried seed after it's been drying for a couple of weeks on the windowsill. So I'm doing two seeds per cell, so that will give me a total of 20 plants. I am not going to need that many plants, so if majority of them do survive, I will be probably putting them out the front of the house to see if anyone in the street or surrounding neighborhood would like some, and possibly even selling them. I'm not sure what I want to do there yet, um, but I am also using homemade compost as well, so it's not fully broken down. So it's got a little bit left to go. So you can still see a little bit of the sugarcane mulch there. That just didn't break down enough. But there is enough broken down materials in there for the seeds to get their nourishment from. But this is a pretty novel little experiment I'm doing, as I normally just use the shop bought seed raising mix, and this year I thought I would use my home made compost. So here I'm just making sure that the seeds are all touching the soil beneath before applying the top layer to cover the seeds, and I do press that down a little bit as well. And then I put the chili back on top because I don't have my name tags made yet, and in the end I couldn't find my normal plastic name tag, so I just got some cardboard in the interim, just to remind myself which was which, where in which seed tray that I planted them. So here's the jalapenos. I only got a couple of these jalapenos grow on the plants that I had out. One, because I only ended up with two plants growing. One did eventually die after, I don't know, maybe 3-4 weeks of being in the ground. And then the other one did survive, and I only got like three chilies off of it. So we had two in our dinners, and then I wanted to save this very last one as well. And also, one of the chilies actually got eaten by some critter as well, I think. I'm guessing it was the possum that we have roaming around our house and yard at the moment, which is actually a little bit frustrating because he did consume our mandarins as well, which I was a bit annoyed at. Um, but here I'm doing the same thing, two seeds per cell. So I will have 20, and again, if there is any leftovers, I will be putting them out the front to either give away or sell, depending on what I want at the time. Because this time at the moment in the world, it's a bit upsy-turvy with financial hardships and everything. So even if I do just give them out, it will help someone in their gardening journey and sufficiency a little bit. So in the next season, I'm hoping that more of these jalapenos will grow to maturity, so then I can make some I think what the Americans call it is cowboy candy. It's sort of like a pickled jalapeno, but I think it has some sugars and whatnot in it to make it a bit more sweeter. Um, so that's going to be interesting. I will have to have a look in my canning book to make sure that that one can be water bath canned, as I don't have a pressure canner at the moment, as funds are tight, as we all know. Um, yeah, so I'm just making sure that each cell does have two seeds. A couple of these ones do end up having, I think, three seeds in, just because I couldn't get the seeds off of my finger just individually. But that will be fine. I'll just thin them out. And then in the next tray, I will be doing the cayenne peppers. And I'm hoping to do a video on the cayenne peppers soon, because I'm going to be putting them into the dehydrator and then blitzing them up to make like a flake, because I've only got the dehydrator and then I'm blitzing it up. It won't make it into like a very fine cayenne powder. Eventually, many years down the track, I'll probably try and save up for a freeze dryer. But that won't be for a long while yet, as they are quite a few $1,000s each for one of those. So, yeah, that's something that I will look into, but not in the near future. It'll be a good 5 years or more before that happens. But here I'm going to get the cayenne pepper. Now, I'm not 100% sure if these will grow, but I'm hoping they will, because I did accidentally put the one that I was going to keep on the windowsill into the freezer. It wasn't in the freezer for too long. It was only in there for maybe 1 or 2 days, but it's enough to obviously make it go solid. But I'm thinking that it should be okay, because there's the frozen seed banks all around the world that keeps seeds viable for many years. Whether they actually get frozen, I'm not sure. So we will see. That it might turn out that these are the best germinating ones. Who knows? This is like an experiment within my experiment right now. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. So stay tuned to see if these ones actually grow. Um, but yeah, as I said earlier, normally I would let them actually fully dry out and like dehydrate in naturally in the sun on the windowsill, and then shake out the seeds. Um, but I just wanted to see if it would work this way, because if it does, it might be a little bit easier for me um, to go ahead and sow them after my last picking, um, just because I don't know, I just feel as if it's going to save me a little bit of time, but we'll see if that is the case, if that it will be what's going to happen. So this is just a lazy Sunday afternoon that I'm doing this. Probably about a week before this video actually comes out, to be honest. But it's a nice way just to end the week, just to have a little bit of mindfulness in the garden. And it gives you time to just let your brain decompress from all of life's stresses. And it just grounds me, just being in the garden, touching the dirt, smelling the dirt, all of the microbiome in the dirt and soil. You're breathing in, and it does induce a bit of a chemical balance in your brain, and you do seem to get a calmness come over you. Um, I love the smell of dirt. It reminds me also of like when rain's about to come. That um, I don't know how to explain that smell either, but I'm sure we all know that smell of when rain's about to hit as well. It's just, I don't know, there's something about it that's just calming and relaxing, and you can't help but just chill out and zen out and take your mind elsewhere. So now we're going to do the surprise seeds. So there will be a few chili seeds in this soil that I've just got here, and I'm just going to put that into the pot that I'm going to put in with the surprise seeds. So if any extra chilies come up, they come up. I'm not sure what they're going to be. There'll be a mix of all three of those plants, I'm sure. So I'm going to take the chili seeds off because I don't need them now, because these ones are not chili seeds. And I will show you what they are. And I took these seeds from my work, and they are loofah seeds. Last year I planted them a little bit late in the season, so I'm trying to get ahead, probably by about 4 months, to be honest. Um, I don't know if they're going to germinate because it is cooler, and it is still winter. But we will see. I do have extra seed after doing this. I think I planted about 14 seeds. So we will see if they are viable. As when I grew it at work, it was the first time I'd grew a loofah anyway, so that was an experiment to begin with, and then me just saving some of the seeds from that. We'll see if they're now acclimatized to our region, and I get a better um, germination rate. So now we're just watering all those little seeds in, and I'll just try and keep on top of watering them over the next week, every couple of days, just so that they don't dry out. But I'm hoping that because it's homemade compost, it will have all of the plant matter that will retain that moisture and hold on to it for longer. So I wouldn't have to water it as much, but we will see. So here's the tags that I said that I made out of the cardboard until I find the plastic. So the cayenne, the Big Jim chili, the jalapeno, and the loofah tag. So all in all, we have done 60 chili plants just sown there, and then a further 14 or so loofah seeds as well. So a good 75 or so plants there. Thanks for watching. Bye.